It's hard to talk about your wife in the past tense. Hello. I knew I would not be able to speak, so I asked my friend James to do the honors. He cleared his throat, looked at the floor. Hi there. Yeah. It's hard to talk about someone you love in the past tense. That's true. My dad is still a man who talks about my mom in the present tense. Her absence is a constant ache in their home. A silence that used to be filled with laughter. Did she have a particular way of making coffee? Yeah. She liked it strong, black as midnight, just the way he likes it. Does it make you feel closer to her when you drink it? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I think I can hear her voice in the pour of the water or the clink of the cup. There are some things that bring us closer to those we've lost. Places, scents, tastes. For me, it was Amelia's letters. She was the kind of person who made rainy days feel like spring. Amelia, my wife, my light, my storm, my calm. For 27 years, we built a life out of shared smiles, quiet dinners, and stolen Sunday naps. Our love wasn't loud. It was a slow burn that warmed our bones and chased away the lonely nights. Then, 3 years ago, something changed. She became distant, stopped meeting my gaze, started taking long walks without me. I chalked it up to stress, to changes in our marriage, to the gray hairs that had begun to sprout in places they never used to. But I was wrong. One evening, she came into the room smiling with tears in her eyes. She held out a small envelope sealed in red wax. "Don't open it," she whispered, "until I'm not here anymore." I chuckled. I thought it was part of her poetic heart. Always writing notes, always playing with mystery. Every anniversary, she'd hide little love letters in my socks or our recipe book. It was sweet, endearing, just another quirk in the mosaic of our love. So I tucked the letter into the back of my favorite book, a first edition Hemingway, and forgot about it. 3 weeks later, she didn't come home from her walk. The police found her car parked by the lake, empty. There was no note, no goodbye, just silence. For months, I lived in a prison of my own making, haunted by the echo of her absence. I searched everywhere, desperate to find some sign, some clue, something to fill the gaping hole in my heart and in our home. I retraced her steps, spoke to her friends, called her favorite haunts, but got no further than her empty side of the bed. Was she tired? Was she sick? Was I not enough? The questions swirled in my head like a tempest, stealing my sleep, tainting my meals, turning every sunrise into a torment. Then one night, in the quiet hum of our empty bedroom, I remembered the letter. The one she gave me with that knowing look, the one I'd stuffed into the back of my Hemingway. My hands trembled as I broke the wax seal. Inside she'd written just 3 lines. "You saved me once, but I'm too tired to be saved again. Please forgive me. And remember, you were the best part of my story." She left me a letter to tell me she was leaving, to tell me she was giving up on us, on her, but to also remind me that our love was the best part of her story. We fought a lot in the end, her and I, about nothing and everything. Our silences stretched longer than our conversations, our arguments sharper than our kisses. Now I realize those fights weren't about us. They were about her. Some storm was brewing inside her, some darkness threatening to consume her light. And I should have seen the signs, reached out, pulled her close, held her through the night. Instead, I fought. She'd been hinting at this for weeks, telling me she couldn't keep up the charade anymore, that our love, once the North Star in her sky, had become a flickering candle in the wind. "I'm sorry," she'd said one night, her voice cracking, "but I can't pretend anymore." I was too caught up in my own hurt to notice that her sadness was deeper, her pain more profound. When she died, I discovered that she'd been ill. Her body, the vessel that had cradled my love for 27 years, was slowly crumbling from within. That's why she'd been so distant, so preoccupied. That's why her steps faltered and her eyes lost their shine. I like to think that she went to the lake because it was our spot, a place where we shared dreams over steaming mugs of coffee, a place where we carved our initials into a tree promising forever, a place where I told her I loved her for the first time. I imagine her sitting on a bench overlooking the water, watching the sunset one last time. Maybe she found peace in the vastness of the sky, in the serenity of the rippling waves. All those unanswered questions, all those lonely nights, all those silent days, they fade away when I think of her there, at peace, finally free from the pain that she carried, that I couldn't see. Her leaving was a wound that threatened to tear me apart, but her letter was a band-aid, a reminder that beneath the pain, there was love, a love that defied even death. I read those lines every night now. I've memorized them, not because I want to relive the pain, but because it reminds me that even in leaving, she loved me. I know her spirit lives on in the rustling leaves, in the warmth of the sun, in the depths of the lake. She may be gone, but her essence lingers, a gentle breeze against my skin, a whisper in my ear, a memory in my heart. I'll keep her alive in the stories I tell, in the laughter I share, in the tears I cry. Because even in saying goodbye, she taught me the most important lesson of all, that love, real love, endures beyond the boundaries of life and death. If this story touched something deep inside you, then you understand that love isn't always forever, but it's always real. Thank you for watching this Heartstrings Uncut story. What did you think? How did it make you feel? Let us know in the comments below. Every week we publish new short stories like this one, each exploring different emotions and experiences. Subscribe to Heartstrings Uncut to join our ever-growing family. Don't forget to leave us a like and share this video with someone who might need to hear this story. Your support helps us continue creating impactful stories that stay with you long after you've watched them. Thank you for being a part of our journey.